Hello there and welcome. I'm Ole Brøgger, and if you're new here, I really hope I'll earn your subscription today. I finally got my hands on these awesome Army Painter historical paints. I actually got them when they were released. I pre-ordered them, but they have been sitting around on my shelf for quite a while because I had other projects to do. But finally, I can make a video about these awesome paints. There's a lot of new colors in here. I usually don't paint World War soldiers, but I found these awesome free models on the net and I scaled them up a bit. I'm going to make 3 videos in this series, one for each set. And in this video, we're going to have a look at the content of the German historical paints and paint this German soldier. So we better get started. These pre-ordered boxes came with a brush, and I really like the design of this box. It's very historical. But let's see what's inside. We got all the Fanatic paint sets and the color table for the original Warpaint Fanatic complete set. And then we got the traditional painting guide. There's a lot of good tips and tricks how to paint miniatures and get started. And here we have the paint. There's 2 trays. Some of them are familiar, and I think they have renamed a lot of them, but there's also a lot of new paints. And what I really like with these sets is that the paints that were original in the complete set, they got them renamed. And I have pointed out this before in some of my other reviews of the Game Master sets, that why rename something that already had a name? But I think it makes sense in these World War II sets. And they have finally put a match so you don't have to look up in a table if you want to buy some more of these paints. So this one here matches the pure red. And then we have the strap gray. This says actually it's a unique color. So this is one of the new colors. We also have this tanker gray. And this is also a unique color. And here we have the skin color from this set. This one here matches the agate skin, which is also an original paint from the complete set. We also have some washes over here and a metallic paint. And this is the gunmetal from the original set. They just call it steel here, and yeah, it makes perfect sense. We have some washes. We have a warm skin tone, and this is the same as the warm skin shade. We have a black tone, which is the dark tone, a brown tone, and this is the same as the strong tone. And this one here, it kept its original name, military shade. We also have a leather brown, that's the original name, and this is the equivalent of leather brown from the Fanatic paints. Over here we have a black, white, and then we have a new brown here, camo brown. And it also says a unique color. German camo green, also a unique color. There's also a triad here for the uniform. And we have the dark felt grau, which is also a unique color for these sets. And it works with these 3 colors. So we have a dark tone, mid-tone, and a light tone for the highlights. And this is totally awesome. And these are all unique colors. There's also a sand camo and another unique color. And then we also have an effect paint, the rust. And this is the same effect paint as you can get from the original Warpaint Fanatics. It's just called fresh rust. And finally we have the rifle brown. And this is also a unique color. It's a very dark reddish brown. But let's get started painting some miniature. I'll actually only prime these with black paint and not make a centerfold highlight. I think this is going back to the old school painting I did in my early days, where I only used black primer. And for this, I will use the matte black air primer from the Army Painter. I'll start with the weathered skin, and this is the same as the agate skin. You can see here it's the same color here in the flexible triad. I just forgot how hard it is to paint some of these colors over black, so I'll have to go over it twice, or maybe 3 times. Just as long as we only get a very thin coat of paint. I'll let the skin color set for a while and start painting the field growl for his uniform. There is a lot of area to cover, so I'll use my Artis Opus series here with a size 4. Again, I'll just give it a very thin coat and walk over it again once more. These paints works as the rest of the Fanatic paints. They have high pigmentation and they give a very good coverage. And here, even over black, I think the coverage is quite good for the first layer. But I will have to go over it again to make sure that everything is covered. It doesn't matter if I hit some of the other stuff that's on this miniature, because this is just a base coat and everything else will be painted over with their respective color. And then we can go back and give the skin color another overhaul with this weathered skin. Now I can go back to this dark field glow and give it a second coat. For the helmet, I will use this strap gray. I had some supports that ripped the edge of the helmet, and I didn't want to file it off because I thought then this curved edge on this helmet would just be destroyed. So unfortunately it looks like that. This camel sand I will use for this thing he has here. I haven't quite figured out what it's for, but I'll use this color for it. You can see this can here. It's also broken in the print, but maybe I can fix it, but I don't know if I'm able to. I think this will need a second coat too. And this leather brown, I will use that for the straps up here. I think I will need to do some touch-ups. The field growl green, because I'm overpainting a lot here. As long as it's only the base coat, I think it's all right. I'm actually trying to fix this, and I found out that this piece was actually loose, and I think it fits right in there. So let's save that. And then I have this Green Stuff Worlds Ultraviolet Putty. So I should be able to use this very, very bad and cheap brush to get some of it in here. This should actually have been done before I painted it. I will try to smooth it out with some isopropyl alcohol. See if we can put this tiny bit back into its place. I always shut this container before I'm hitting it with my UV laser. If I accidentally hit something in that, it isn't good. This is the cool thing about this. You can just file on it right away. When it's hardened up, it's just instant. I will put a tiny bit of isopropyl alcohol on top of it and let it dry before I just paint it over. Just be careful if you use isopropyl alcohol. Don't hit your paint. It's the enemy of paint. Now this is dry and I think it actually looks pretty okay. I can live with that. I can continue painting with the leather brown. And now I can give a second coat of this camo sand. And it might need a third coat too to cover up this peeled off. I found out the canister actually matches this light field grau. So let's continue with that. I'll also use this to make some highlights on the uniform. And this canister, that's actually the mid-tone. Mid-field grau. I finally figured out what this was. First I thought it was a bag for... I finally figured out what this is. This is a camo cloak to pull over. I thought it was some kind of a raincoat because it was too small to be a sleeping bag. So we need to paint this in some camo colors, and I'll start with this camo brown. I don't know if this is historical correct. I just love painting, and now I got some colors that can point me in the right direction. I'll also use this German camo green. And the last color on the camo will be the dark Feldgrau. We also have a color that I haven't talked about yet. This rifle brown. I have really been looking forward to see how it works because I think it's an awesome brown color. I know this rifle from computer games and historical documentaries, and this is the MG42. It actually has this brown color on the stock. I also think I will use it on the stick grenade and the handle on his field shovel. Now I'll use this steel, but I just don't want to splash it all over the gun. I will just give it some highlights with this steel effect, and then I will use all the metal parts. I will use this steel. I'll also use it here on this shovel. Before I will start using the wash, I will use this matte white for his eyes. And the tiny little emblem I'm gonna freehand on his helmet. Usually I don't use white for the eyes, but since I'm intending to give it a wash, it will just not make it white after this. Let's see if I can make this emblem up here. It should be shaped like a shield. And this is what the command red is actually for, because that's the only red I could find on a German soldier, except if it was blood. We will also need the black. I did some overpainting, but I think I can fix that. Now I'll use this black tone and give it some splashes where I think needed. I just don't want to splash the whole miniature into washes. Found a fairly large synthetic brush because I don't want to destroy my expensive brushes with washes. And I'll use it on the boots. The brown tone, I'll use that for the leather parts and some other small places like the stock on his MG42. Let's continue with this warm skin tone. This is the same as the warm skin shade. Now it actually works with that white in the eyes, because now it's not white anymore. In the final wash, I'll use this military shade for the rest of the uniform. I'll also put it on this thing, because I think it will need a greenish shine on this type of canvas. And now the wash is dry and I can start doing something about the face. Make a couple of more highlights and make the eyes. I'll use the same weathered skin. I have thinned down the paint and I will just do some tiny highlights here on the nose. And then I will use some of the brown skin tone and make some eyebrows and see if I can use that as a paint. This tanker gray, I can't find any use for it on this kind of model, because I think it's for the uniforms for maybe the German Navy and some of their tank crew, since it's called tanker gray. But I will use it to give the eyes some color before I paint the pupils. I think it's a bit hard to see because it is a very light color. And now to the most difficult stuff. I will use a tiny drop of the black wash to make a tiny pupil in his eye. I'll start making some highlights with the mid-Feldgrau. I'll also make some highlights on the leather with the same color as I painted it, the leather brown. The only color I haven't used is actually this rust, but I think I will use that with some browns and some of this green to paint the base. And when we have the rust, just use it as a highlight. And then I will put some of this brown tone on the base and just leave it at that. And for the final touch, I'll just paint the rim black. Now we got a German soldier ready for battle, painted with the historical paints from the army painter. This was the German soldier and the German World War II historical paints. And I must say, I really love the new colors that are in here, especially the Feldgrau. It's awesome, and this little triad will definitely come in handy in the future. The browns, I love them too, and this strap gray, I really like that one. The sand camo, it will also fit well into my collection. The German camo green, I think this fits well into the green triads of the Fanatic paints. And I brought out these two, and I think it will land somewhere in between the green skin and the wild green. This is pretty hard to see on cam, but they are somewhat close to each other. And this tanker gray, I couldn't actually figure out what to use it for because I didn't have a mini, but I managed to use it anyway. They are in his eyes. The washes I already had before, but I use the brown tone and this black tone a lot. This is the strong tone and the dark tone. So these will be pretty handy in the future. I use them a lot. I will have a lot of rust, and I don't use rust a lot, so this will be nice to have in stock, but I don't know when I'm going to use it. I have only used my own from the Fanatic Complete set a couple of times. And this metallic steel is also a very handy metallic color. And with 3 boxes of historical paint where this color will appear, I will have a lot in stock of those. You can never have enough black and white. I use that a lot. The leather brown, the red, and this skin color is also very handy. But I really love this set because there's 9 new unique colors and they will all go into my collection of the Fanatic paints. I usually don't paint World War II stuff, but I think it's awesome that the army painter made these box sets. And I can definitely use it for a fantasy setting. Next time we are going to look at the US Army. So this is it for now. If you already haven't done it, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon.